Welcome to today's ride. We're not in Kansas anymore. Actually, we're about 350 miles south in Alaska's largest city, Anchorage. And today we are going to do a ride that is referred to as the Moose Loop. So basically it connects the four main bike paths throughout Anchorage. Anchorage sports actually an amazing array of bike paths and friendly roads and bike lanes and all that stuff that we simply don't really have in Fairbanks. And so this Moose Loop basically circumnavigates the city of Anchorage, and we're going to go do that. So this is a bike path. This is not Fairbanks. This is a real bike path. Let me show you what we're doing today. So as you can see, it's going to be a pretty spectacular ride today. So the first trail on the Moose Loop is what's called the Campbell Creek Trail. And this literally just winds across Anchorage, goes under all the bridges, all the roads. There's little playgrounds along the way. There's pavilions, actual areas that are mowed and grass. This is pretty spectacular as you wind back and forth across the actual creek and some bottomlands. Alright, a little urban cycling here. Had to make the diversion to go up to Dairy Queen for lunch. But we're gonna turn right up here and get back down on that quiet bike path. Alright, we're now on a little bit of adventure. We were leaving the Campbell Creek Trail and getting on the Chester Creek Trail to connect with the Ship Creek. There was a little bit of construction, and there was an excellent sign saying detour as in get off our trail, but that's where it kind of took a dive. So we ended up on a dog walking path with dogs, and fortunately somebody had a good idea, a route around, and I think we might be back on the right trail here because we have pavement once again instead of rocks and lakes. And this looks a little better like what we want. Well, we finally made the Ship Creek Trail, which starts out as bikes can use the full lane. Yeah, until a car takes it from you. But anyway, that last section of the Chester Creek Trail was, needless to say, not clearly marked and a little bit confusing for somebody who doesn't cycle these roads. But we managed to get it done, and now we're the top corner of our route, and I think the rest of it's going to be pretty straightforward from here. So we're continuing on Ship Creek, and Ship Creek it basically is the path that takes you back down towards downtown Anchorage, except you're down along Ship Creek. Howdy howdy. But it's kind of a little corridor down through industrial parts of Anchorage. Got the railroad right next to us. Guys are out there working on that. Kind of this cool little curved turn, dropping us back down in. You can kind of see the bridge up there where we just were. A lot more people down here on this path. Walkers and dogs and cyclists and all the other sort of people that are out. So we're getting close to the final trail on this adventure, and that's the Tony Knowles Coastal Trail. So I'll put this away, and there's a little bit more there. Lisa's actually keeping up now. She's somewhere near me. All right, onward ho. So suddenly like that, you popped out of Ship Creek and boom, you're on the Tony Knowles Coastal Trail, which is the last of the 4 trails we'll be riding today as we continue to finish and complete the Moose Loop. And there is Cook Inlet. So we will follow this one around for the next, oh, I don't know, 10 or 11 miles. Tide's out. A little bit of steam coming off out there, but this is probably the most well-known trail here in the Anchorage region. Couple other trikers coming by, and I could tell they were riding ice trikes because one was a full fat, and I think the other one was an adventure. It might have been a sprint, I don't know. But I was going to try to stop them, but they were flying because I figured if those are ice trikes and they're in the state of Alaska, I think I know where they purchased those. But anyway, where I was is, yeah, the Travelers. So we've changed a couple things. Like I mentioned, we did put an electric hub on there. So we do have a little bit of a assist when we want it, which, considering the last time we rode these trails when we first got our Travelers, makes a big difference. And that's okay. So we've got, I don't know, we're about 4 or 5 miles down the coastal trail. So it means we've got, 6 or 7 more miles after that. And then we'll turn off of it and make the bottom of the Moose that we're tracing. So good day so far. We're, 27 miles into it. And they say the loop's 32, and I am thinking with my lack of directions in places, plus the Dairy Queen lunch break, we're going to get a little more than 32 miles on the day. So now I'm just trying to locate the pedal pushing wife, because I turned around and I am not actually sure if she's in front of me or behind me now. There we are. So that is the Moose Loop, combining those 4 trails together and looping around. I know when we looked at it, they said the loop was going to be 32 miles. And by the time we were done with a few miscues that we did do, it turned out to be 43 miles. So either my navigation's gotten pretty bad or we missed something somewhere. But anyway, thanks for coming along. Overall, a nice loop of Anchorage. You can certainly shrink that down by taking a few of the connectors back sooner along the way. But a nice run altogether. So next we're going to head down along Turnagain Arms, south of Anchorage, southeast, to do a trail known as the Bird Gird Trail, which goes from Indian, Alaska, down to Girdwood, Alaska. See you then.